You see the official Chad Patton holding that WWE championship up. That's what it's all about. Being at the top of the mountain to hold the gold, to represent sports entertainment. It's Night of Champions, where all championships have been defended, and now it's time for the biggest prize. Between these two superstars that spent the better part of last year going head to head. And let's not forget last year, we were at Money in the Bank, Allstate Arena, Chicago. Tens, thousand plus fans chanting for CM Punk on a night where CM Punk promised to leave WWE in his hometown with the big title. And what CM Punk did, he did just that. But things would take an even more interesting turn when CM Punk would make his return, would switch things up to become a bit more of a cult of personality, and would meet again at SummerSlam of last year. And with Punk as champion in this situation, it's interesting to see how things go. This time around, unlike Money in the Bank of last year, this year at Night of Champions, we're in John Cena's home territory. We're in Boston, Massachusetts. And John Cena, who won his first championship at WrestleMania 21, defeating JBL. Seven years ago, Cena won his first world championship, and since then, he has done it 10 times over. He's won the United States Championship. He's won the tag titles. CM Punk, who's at a different route from John Cena. CM Punk, who's always felt much like an outsider, who's had to prove himself that he is worthy of being at this high point in the ring. And that man, who has been his right-hand man, his advocate for him, who has advocated for Punk throughout his career. The reason Punk is where he's at today. Heyman, one of the most brilliant minds in this sport. Meanwhile, Punk, who got that side headlock takeover, looking to keep John Cena grounded. Both of these men in this match have very similar styles in this ring. And not in quite the exact sense, but in terms of their pacing. Their pacing is very similar. Slow, methodical. What I will say about CM Punk is he is more technical inside the squared circle than John Cena. John Cena is very simple yet effective. Very power-based. And that's what John Cena is about. John Cena is also very WWE Universe driven. The chants, the cheers, the boos. John Cena is driven by it all. It's what has kept John Cena going over the last decade. Meanwhile, Punk, who goes for the cover, Cena gets the shoulder up. And it's Punk who's got Cena right where he wants him. And a back elbow to the challenger. Punk, another elbow perfectly placed on the back of the neck. John Cena, who grew up not too far from Boston in West Newbury, Massachusetts. This is Cena's home territory. And right now, he's getting played like a fiddle by CM Punk. But I may have spoken too soon, because look who is hoisted on the shoulders. It was the champion who was hoisted on the shoulders of Cena. But Punk countered, took down Cena, but Cena kicked out at 2. And now it's Punk who's right back in control. Look at the way he's torquing the neck. And look at that perfectly placed shot to the chest, the side of the neck. This can make it really tough for Cena the longer this match goes on. And Punk going for the cover on Cena, forcing Cena to exhaust energy that Cena didn't necessarily want to exhaust. And in any situation, you never want to have to exhaust any type of energy that could be used in other circumstances, especially in a big title match like this, on a night where all titles are defended, including this big prize that is that WWE Championship. The same WWE Championship that Cena introduced. Well, at least the spinning version of the WWE Championship, that is. I mean, you take a look at the WWE Championship, both of these men. Cena, a former multi-time champion. CM Punk, the current champion, right now, using that technical background of his to his advantage. There's a reason CM Punk is champion. He is so unique inside the ring. And even when he has been counted out, time and time again, from the higher-ups that be, from the powers above, Punk has still found a way to push through, to find himself on top, to keep winning the big one. And Cena trying to outpower Punk. And Cena, who was able to break free of the submission hold. Perhaps Cena in deep trouble. Rolling out to the ring, outside of the ring, onto the floor. Punk taking out one of the legs of Cena may have just neutralized the challenger. Cena, a lot of his power comes from the legs. And that goes with any competitor. A lot of power comes from the legs. And with Cena's legs out of play, Cena has a very stable sense of control when it comes to his force, his power, his explosive. He doesn't have explosiveness. What he does have is stability. And that makes him different from a lot of the superstars that are very explosive inside the ring, that can do the big things when it counts the most. Cena can do the big things most of the time. That's what separates Cena from the rest. But then you look at somebody like Punk. What separates him from the rest, is the self-proclaimed being the best. Punk, who runs differently, who moves differently, who's competed against the best around the world, not just inside WWE, but outside. CM Punk had to go through the independent scene to find himself on top. Meanwhile, Cena sends Punk into the front row. Oh no. Look at the way Cena has Punk and that fisherman suplex over the top of the barricade onto the floor. And Paul Heyman is not liking what he's seeing, not liking the dish that Cena is serving his client. Oh, no. Look at this for Cena. Looking for that attitude adjustment. But a massive kick takes out the challenger. A nice royal flush of a kick. When you play your cards right, you can hit just the perfect shot to take down your opponent. And that's exactly what CM Punk has done in this circumstance. And look at the clutch that Punk has on Cena. Wearing down Cena piece by piece. Punk is a huge student of the game. Taking a play out of the legendary Iron Sheik's playbook with that submission hold. Meanwhile, Cena has the power. John Cena, when it comes to big matches, nobody rises to the occasion more than him. So for this situation, it's it can be tough to see Cena in such a situation. But at the same time, Cena is an indestructible force. No matter how many times you take him down, he's going to get back up. But for Cena, he doesn't always win them. But what he does do is he always comes back. He always finds a way to come back stronger. Even if he doesn't win this fight, he always finds a way to win the war. And that's what has made Cena so reliable at the top of the mountain for so many years. Why you can always count on him to be there when you need him the most. Punk, who tried to put Cena away, was not successful in that moment. CM Punk, who heads up to the top. And a double axe handle takes out the challenger. And CM Punk has really taken control of the pacing of this match. This is what CM Punk has wanted right now. CM Punk. And now Punk, who has Cena right where he wants him. John Cena, who fought free. Cena with a shoulder tackle to Punk. And suddenly things are turning. This is how things can change. Oh, but maybe things can change in such a short time frame as Cena tried to get a little bit of momentum. But CM Punk to turn things right around. And Cena with a massive clothesline to stop Punk's momentum. But not quite enough to keep Punk down for the 3. Paul Heyman's facial expression says it all as he watches this championship match very closely. From day one, Punk has been a Paul Heyman guy. And looking for that 5-knuckle shuffle. I would say hand-to-hand combat, but that was boot to the hand of John Cena to block that 5-knuckle shuffle and a reverse crescent kick to the midsection. And enjoying slowly turning the neck of Cena for that neck breaker. That swinging neck breaker to Cena. Slowing it down to make Cena feel every second of it. And Punk now measuring up Cena. But you can see the exhaustion starting to play out. The deeper you get into a world title match, because when it comes to world title matches, you don't leave any energy in the tank. You use all of it. You put it all on the line. You bring it all on the field, but you use it methodically. Meanwhile, CM Punk, springboard, but Cena showing his raw power, rolling through, holding on to the champion. This late into a match, but Punk finds the ropes to hold on tight. Punk gets dropped to the floor, tried to hold on to the apron, but fell down to the floor. And Cena looking to fly. Cena. Very little does Cena ever go for a suicide dive. And you can see the shock on Heyman's face at Cena going high risk. Cena looking for 11. And Cena looking to put Punk away. And looking for it this time. First time was unsuccessful. Second time isn't the charm either, because it's got the Anaconda Vise to retain the WWE Championship. Cena, center of the ring, no man's land. He may be forced to tap out. Will Cena tap? Will Cena tap out to Punk? Cena being yelled at by Punk, best in the world. Looking to put Cena away for good. Looking to send a message. But Cena able to reverse and break free. And now he's got it locked in. The STF locked in deep. And now it's Punk who's caught in the middle of the ring. with nowhere to go, in deep trouble. It's as clear as day that there is nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. There is nowhere to go for CM Punk. What does CM Punk have left? And Punk able to counter. Look at Punk now with a crossface on Cena. And Punk, look at the way the neck of Cena's being torqued back. But you got to look at the positioning of the elbow, where the forearm is, how it's placed, so that the full pressure isn't applied. Otherwise, Cena's neck would go all the way back. And the muscles of Cena not coming in favor, but look at the power of Cena. This is why Cena has done it 10 times over. It's that never give up, never say die attitude. Heyman literally muttering him to himself. He can't believe what he's just witnessed. Absolutely nerve-wracking to watch. I think Heyman might be bald by the time this match is over. The WWE Universe who's trying to back the challenger in this situation. But now, ironically, they're backing Punk when Cena's the hometown hero. Perhaps a hometown villain at this point. The WWE Universe wants Punk. They don't want Cena. But perhaps Punk is right. The WWE Universe doesn't know what they even want to begin with. And with the heel to the jaw, Cena goes down. Cena sent into the corner. And that running knee by Punk takes out Cena with a clothesline. And now it's Punk who heads up to the top. And Punk, CM Punk, with that patented elbow drop to pay homage to the late legendary Macho Man Randy Savage. And what we're witnessing is a back and forth contest for the WWE Championship. CM Punk measuring up Cena. It's the champion, the Second City Saint, the self-proclaimed best in the world. And you gotta say, I gotta say it's gotta be more than just self-proclaimed, because, he is the current WWE champion. And that does technically mean he is the best in the world. But said could be the same. The same could be said for the 10-time champion and John Cena. But Punk looks to put Cena away with a GTS, but Cena counters, turns it into an STF, pulls Punk back. And the submission is locked in deep. Punk is in deep trouble. He may have no choice but to tap. Punk might have to tap. Punk screams, begs for mercy. Can Punk make it to the bottom rope to force the break? And he does. And Punk hangs on for dear life. And you saw the relief in Heyman's face when Punk scratched and clawed to make it to the bottom rope to force the rope break to keep this championship match going, to keep Punk's reign alive. And Punk has just sent Cena to sleep. All the GTS, but somehow, some way, Cena kicks out. How in the world does somebody kick out? John Cena just kicked out of the GTS. Punk, who just nailed Cena and hit him with his best shot. Unbelievable right now. CM Punk, who thought he had it won. Cena, who is fighting through, who will not stay down, who will not give in to the doubts. CM Punk limping towards Cena. The effects of this match showing its signs as clear as day. And why the end of this could be as dark as night. The struggles that these two men are going through. The pain, the beatdown, the battering of each other. These two travel the world 300 plus nights a year. Compete to be at the very top, to stay in the very best shape. Ring rust is a real thing, and these two are at the top of their game. You know, I gotta wonder right now, does Cena know where he is at this point? Cena is laid out. If you're Punk, just keep going. Do everything you can to keep Cena down. And Punk doing everything he can to keep Cena down. And slapping Cena. I don't know how wise that was. Cena counters. Cena looking for the attitude adjustment, but Punk escapes. Cena takes down Punk. And not wasting any time. 5 knuckle shuffle. 3rd time's the charm. And looking for the AA. And the attitude adjustment connects to become an 11-time champion. But CM Punk at 2.99. That's as close as you get to 3 without the bell ringing. I've never seen a happier man in the world as Paul Heyman when CM Punk kicked out at that very moment. John Cena, who almost had it won, but just not quite enough to keep CM Punk down for the 3. These two who have thrown shot for shot, blow for blow, their biggest hits, and still not quite enough to keep each other down. And the thing is, John Cena knows he can't win the title by countout. Punk doesn't mind. That's the one thing about Punk. He's not very picky about how he wins as long as he leaves as champion. That's what matters to Punk. And that's what should matter to a champion, is leaving as champion. But for Cena, it's about having integrity. And John Cena is putting it all on the line to show that he has just that. And went for that leaping leg drop, but nobody home on a roundhouse kick. And now CM Punk, who pins the laid out Cena. Cena just barely kicks out. Punk in disbelief, arguing with the official, thinking that that was 3, but it just wasn't quite there. Punk is really digging deep, scratching and clawing. These two are kicking out of everything they're offering. And we're seeing how tough these two competitors are. How far these two are willing to go to be able to say that they are WWE champion. Meanwhile, look at that backhand by Punk. And a running knee to Cena. And Punk goes for the cover, but Cena kicked out. And Punk, who thought he had it won. Punk, who continues to hit Cena with move for move, to do everything he can to keep the challenger down. The question still at hand is Punk, can he beat Cena? Punk's done it before. He did it multiple times last year. Cena just barely got out of the way. When you think you got to go deep and you dig deep and it doesn't work out for you. That's just what happened to CM Punk. When you have to dig down deep and go out of your comfort zone, that's what can cost you when you're not thinking straight. Let's get another look at that. And you don't really see Punk do a moonsault often, but in this case, he did, and it didn't work out. And now it's Cena who's looking for an AA. Punk counters, looking for a GTS, and he gets it. That's another GTS for glory. And Cena once again stays alive. How in the world is Cena still in this one? From the Anaconda Vice to the GTS to a moonsault even to his elbow drop. It's all been there, but none of it has still been enough to keep down John Cena. This man, John Cena, who is a former 10-time world champion, is a literal superhero. I think John Cena might be unbeatable. But the problem is, on this night, it seems that way, especially when Cena's in his hometown. And a rock bottom. Oh! Talk about a twist and turn for Cena. Cena, who's had the toughest year of his life after losing to The Rock at WrestleMania back in April. CM Punk taking a cheap shot by using the rock bottom to try and defeat John Cena. But it didn't work out. John Cena was not going to be disrespected as he responds with an AA. AA. And again, absolutely, unbelievably, incredible madness that is going on in this WWE Championship match. It's for all the marbles, all the glory to be the king, the apex predator, the top of the food chain. I think Punk might be laid out. I don't think Punk knows where he's at as he's being hoisted up to the top turnbuckle by Cena. Cena's got something interesting in mind. You don't see Cena go for anything like this often. Meanwhile, Punk trying to fight back at Cena with these back elbows. And Cena gets knocked down, but gets right back up. He gets knocked down, but he gets up again. And a beautiful suplex bridged into a cover. John Cena, he's got him 11 times. John Cena's champion. And John Cena showing incredible tenacity as Cena is an 11-time WWE champion. Cena, who fought his heart out, fought through thick and thin when times seemed tough. Cena rose to the occasion. Cena celebrating. In his hometown, Boston. What is this? What is this all about? The official giving Punk back his title? It's a draw. CM Punk can't believe it. Cena's arguing with the official. Well, Cena said, hey, can I get something? And he got a title shot right to the face. And not the title shot where he can challenge CM Punk for the belt. He got the kind of shot where that world championship made of gold and diamonds slammed right into the face of John Cena. CM Punk stands tall on this night as still the WWE champion.